Hey everyone, Andrew Stormer here, and welcome back to another computer tutorial. And today we're talking power supplies, and there's not a whole lot to go into power supplies, so that's actually pretty nice. It's pretty straightforward. Number one thing you need to pay attention to is your wattage, and if you're using PC Part Picker, like I am here, if we jump over to one of my other builds that I've done, it tells you estimated wattage. I think this number's a little low because sometimes you don't put your mouse or keyboard or sometimes even screens or your webcam or microphone or any of that stuff in to that number there. You don't have it in the build, so it doesn't see it as a wattage. It only takes the wattage from all the parts you have. So number one thing to do with this number is increase it by like 50 or 100 watts or something and start looking around there. And you don't have to match that number exactly. You just don't want to be below that number. So that's just how much power the computer intakes and distributes all at the same time. So in this case, a 550 watt power supply would be fine, and you can change the wattage with this little slider here. So if you want a 550, you can just come up to right about there, and then it cuts out everything below. So that's really nice. Right here is type, and that is kind of like the screw holes on your case. If you're just making an ATX case with an ATX motherboard and etc., just get an ATX power supply. That's just how it fits into the case, and so just match it with that and you're good. Modular, this is when it starts getting fun. So no means that all the cables that you could ever need are built into the power supply. So if we jump over to this one right here, this is a not modular power supply, and you can see that all the cables run out of it into this big clump of messy and ew, and no one ever likes that because they always put on so many extra cables that you don't need, and then you have to find a place to hide them, and it just doesn't look that good. There's a semi, and that's this. So that means that the guaranteed cables are built in, but there are options for other cables that you can plug into the side there. So if you don't have it, you don't have to plug it in, and it's less cables to deal with. I have a semi-modular power supply, and I think it's fine because in this case, you're only going to end up with like one extra cable or something, when in the not modular, you're going to end up with a ton. So semi is a good option, but the best of all of them to only have the cables that you need is fully modular, and you can see that nothing is built into it. All of them you have to plug in. That's your modular option there, and I would recommend semi or full. It really doesn't matter unless you're replacing all the cables that come with it and you want them to be like special colors or something, that you'd want full. In most situations, it just depends on the price. That's what I'd say. If a semi-modular is just as good but it's cheaper than the fully modular, just get that because it's not that big of a difference. The last major thing is efficiency, and I wrote everything you need to know up on whiteboard here. So if you want to pause the video and look at that, go ahead, feel free to do that, and that's all your efficiency stuff that you need to know. It's just that the different names and whatever means different amount of efficiencies, and I think that kind of also means that if you have a just an 80 plus power supply, that you might want to get a few more watts than you think you need, because some of them are going to be lost due to the inefficiency. But I wouldn't necessarily go with a titanium or platinum efficient power supply, because those get really expensive for like the same wattage as like a gold. I'd probably recommend a bronze or a gold. I think I have a gold in mine, and those are pretty common, so I'd just go with one of those. But if you have the money and you have the means and it's not completely outrageously overpriced, maybe get a platinum or titanium. That'd be pretty cool. That's it for power supplies, but don't go away yet. I need to talk about surge protectors and UPSs really quick, because if you put $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 into a computer, you want to protect it. What a surge protector is it plugs into your wall and it has a bunch of ports on it, just a bunch of wall plugs. You can plug your monitors into it, you can plug your power supply, your computer into it, and then it's protected from, like, when lightning strikes nearby, or when lightning strikes your house and it sends electricity through all your wires or something like that. It's not gonna go into your computer and blow up your computer or shock your computer, and then that's $2,000 out the window. The surge protector protects your computer from that happening. But UPSs are even better than surge protectors. UPSs, they have a battery backup in them. So they're a surge protector, but they also have a battery in them. So if you have a power outage or lightning strikes and then the power goes out, your computer won't turn off right away. It'll run on that battery in the UPS. So if you're working on some big project or paper or anything like that, you see that all your lights went out and stuff, but your computer will be fine. So it gives you enough time that you can go in, finish what you were typing, finish your sentence or something, hit save, and turn off your computer. So you don't lose everything when the power goes out for some random reason, or some idiot runs into a power line, or lightning hits and blows everything up or something. Definitely get a UPS and plug your computer and monitors and everything into it. That's it for this one, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.